So last time we were dealing with the different or on the concept of assessment of learning. So still on assessment of learning, we need to focus our concentration also on assessing learners, especially in the Philippine setting. So it's just apt for us to know assessment inside the classroom in the DepEd K-12. The curriculum or the K-12 program. So in this module, we will be tackling the different assessment tools, the computation of grades, the standards, competencies, what else, how do we present, how do we promote students, especially our learners back in the Philippines. Okay, so very important din for us, even if nasa overseas tayo, that we should know kung paano ang DepEd K-12 grading system. Kasi syempre, hindi naman tayo doon uuwi at uuwi din naman tayo at magtuturo din sa Philippines if by chance, for example. And aside from that, of course, we will be needing these details sa inyong examinations, sa LET exams. Okay? So, basically, if you are already teaching or if you are into the teaching profession or if you are working in as a learning environment, somehow, meron na kayong idea kasi you are making grades, you are making report cards, you are scheduling parent-teacher conference to let the parent know the progress ng mga anak nila, okay? Or your learners. Kailangan din malaman ng learners nyo kung ano yung progress nila. Okay? So, let's proceed. So, what is assess in the classroom? Ano ba ang ina-assess natin sa classroom? Okay? So, assessment in the classroom is aimed at helping students perform well in relation to the learning standards in the curriculum. Okay? The prepared curriculum that you will deliver, that you want to convey. Okay? So, the learning standards comprise of three. We have the content standards, performance standards, and the learning competencies. And these three standards na to, learning standards, these are outlined in the curriculum. So on the onset of every school year, meron tayong mga teacher's guide, mga syllabus or syllabi na binibigay. Okay? Naka-outline din doon yung mga different standards, yung mga competencies that will serve as your basis in your or to your day-to-day lesson, to your day-to-day activities. Okay? So, now, ano yung content standard na yan? The content standard that we are dealing identifies and set the essential knowledge and understanding that should be learned. So, they cover specified scope of sequential topics. So, dapat ang mga topics mo sequential, di ba? Hindi ka pwedeng mag-jump, hindi ka pwedeng mag-skip. Kasi may mga topics na may prerequisite. Okay? Sequential topics within each learning strand, domain, theme, and component. So, these content standards answer the question, what should the learners know? Okay? What should the learners know? Yun yung content. Parang subject matter. Ano-ano ba ang kailangan matutunan ng mga bata? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng content standards that are presented in sequential manner. Okay? Next is the performance standards. From the word performance, so this standard describes the abilities and skills that the learners are expected to demonstrate okay, in relation to the content, in relation to the prepared subject, okay, and integration of the 21st century skills. So, the integration of knowledge, understanding, and skills is expressed through creation, innovation, and adding value to product or performance during independent work or in collaboration with others. So kung sa content standards kanina, what should the learners know? Dito sa performance naman ay how well must the learners do their work? Or what else? What can the learners do with what they know? Ano ang gagawin nila sa nalaman nila? Okay? How do the learners apply their learning or understanding in real life context? Paano nila ma-apply yung mga matututunan nila sa iyo? Okay? What else? What tools or what measures should learners use to demonstrate what they know? Kasi tinuruan, yung tuturo natin sa kanila, yun yung sa content standard. So sa performance standards naman, ito yung mga questions na to. Okay? So that's the second standard. What else? The last one is the learning competencies. So ito naman yung mga knowledge, understanding, skills, and attitudes that students need to demonstrate in every lesson or learning activity. Yung mga competencies na kailangan nilang ma-achieve. Okay? Kailangan nilang, kasi di ba ang lesson natin lagi, at the end of the lesson, the students should have, so, ano yung learning competency na kailangan nilang malaman. Okay? So, ito na yung sa affective, ito yung mga values and attitudes. Yung psychomotor, ito naman yung sa skills. And then yung cognitive, yun yung knowledge and understanding. Okay? The three domains of objectives na kailangan in every lesson, in every curriculum. Okay? So, yun yung content standards, performance standards, and learning competencies. Yan yung ina-assess sa mga bata. Bakit tayo nagtuturo? Kasi kailangan din natin i-assess afterwards. Assessment for learning, assessment of learning. Okay? So, with regards now to those objectives or learning competencies, yung learning standards na sinasabi natin, dito nagre-reflect yung sa, kung maalala nyo, sa taxonomy of objectives, especially sa cognitive, yung knowledge, ganon. Pero ito yung, di ba, meron tayong revise kay Bloom's. Pero ito, cognitive process dimensions na inadapt kay Anderson and Krathwohl. Okay? So, in this case, it provides a scheme of classifying educational goals. Okay? What else? Objectives. What else? Standards. So, ito na yung remembering, understanding, yung pataas yung level. Okay? Applying, analyzing, evaluating, and ang pinakadulo is creating. Okay? Creating. If you remember, ito yung kay Bloom's, ito yung knowledge, comprehension, yon. Meron din synthesis, may application din siya, pero yung pinakamataas dito sa new or sa revise is creating. Okay? Creating. So, remembering, eto, the learner will only recall. Okay? Recall the information. Kumbaga, knowledge lang yon. Okay? They retrieve relevant knowledge from long-term memory. So, ang gagamitin, pag ginamit mong verb. Say yung lesson plan ay to identify, to retrieve, to recognize, to duplicate, to list. Pag mag-list down lang sila, that's remembering. Reproduce, memorize. Lahat ng yun ay puro remembering. Okay? Kasi, pag gagawa kayo ng lesson plan later on, or if you use the different sa objectives nyo, malalaman nyo na siya, yung lesson nyo, kung remembering lang siya, kung comprehension, understanding, or mas mataas na level by means of the use of those verbs. Okay? Pag understanding naman, the learner can construct meaning from an oral, written, and graphic messages. So, pag ginamit mo, the student shall be able to classify, interpret. Pag nagka-classify na kasi sila, hindi na lang sila nag-remember. They also comprehend, they understand already. Kaya, pag nag-summarize, infer, if they compare, or at the end of the lesson, the student shall have compared meiosis and mitosis. Pag kinumpare nila, hindi na lang siya basic understanding. I mean, remembering. Understanding na siya kasi meron na siyang comprehension. They construct meaning from oral, written, and graphic messages. Okay? Pag applying naman, the learner use information to undertake a procedure in familiar situations or in a new way. So pag sinabi mong, the students shall have solved, the students shall be able to illustrate, to discover, convert, execute, implement. Pag yan ang mga ginamit mo, that is applying. Okay? Halimbawa, sa mathematics, ang lesson plan mo, objective mo ay, at the end of the lesson, the students shall have solved solved worded problems. So, pag marunong na silang mag-solve, that is applying. Hindi na lang siya remembering, hindi na lang siya understanding, kundi they apply. Kasi, they use information to undertake a procedure in familiar situations. Okay? So, remembering, understanding, applying. The fourth one is analyzing. If you say differentiate, pag nagde-differentiate sila, may analysis part na yun. Distinguish, contrast, okay? Compare and contrast, outline, attribute, or deconstruct. So in this case, the learner can distinguish between parts and determine how they relate to one another and to the overall structure and purpose. So, they are analyzing. Okay? Nag-analyze na sila. Ibig sabihin, kung sa test questions, kailangan ng analysis. Sorry. Analysis. Okay? And then, the fifth one is evaluate. Evaluating. Okay? Pag nag-evaluate, ibig sabihin na siyang judgment. Nag-justify na siya ng decisions. Okay? So, kung ang objective mo to coordinate, to measure, defend, judge, argue, critique, appraise, evaluate, that is evaluating. So, usually, ito yung ginagamit natin sa essay part ng test ninyo. Okay? What is your opinion about this blah, blah, blah? Kung magbigay ka doon ng isang situation that the student will judge, will critique, and then defend his opinion or his point of view, that is evaluating. Okay? And then, the last one, ito yung pinakamataas, we have creating. The learner can put elements together to form a functional whole, create a new product, or point of view. Okay? If they can generate, hypothesize, plan, design, develop, lahat ng yan are for creating na what do you call this? Category sa cognitive domain. Okay? Creating. Okay? So, basically, ni-recall lang natin itong mga, kasi ito yung gagamitin natin sa pag-assess, sa paggawa ng test questions din, di ba? If you remember the table of specifications, nandun ito, lahat yung 6. Nakalagay dun sa column ng TOS nyo, itong analyzing, evaluating, creating, remembering, understanding, applying. Yung distribution ng mga points. Okay? Para ma-balance mo, baka naman yung test mo, yung assessment mo, puro na lang siya, you call this, remembering. Di andali na ng exams mo kung puro remembering lang. Kasi for example, list. List the 12 or 14 regions of the Philippines. O di, sinulat lang niya yung 14 regions, meron na siyang 14 points. Because that's only remembering. Nag-recall lang siya ng relevant knowledge. Okay? So, I repeat, remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, and evaluating. If you have any questions, you can just write in the chat, okay, para ma-address. Now, how are learners assessed in the classroom? Paano ba tayo mag-a-assess sa klase? Okay, so last time we learned about the different types of assessment. We have a formative, we have summative assessment. Ito kasi yung 2 main important assessments na kailangan. Meron din tayong placement assessment, diagnostic assessment, and so on. Okay? So, how are learners assessed in the classroom? Through various processes and measures appropriate to and congruent with learning competencies defined in the K-12 curriculum. So, learners may be assessed individually, collaboratively, and with the use of processes and measures, both formative and summative assessment. So ano ba itong mga formative na ginagawa natin sa classroom? Ano ba itong mga summative assessment na to? Okay? So let's start with formative assessment. So, when we say formative, di ba, it enables the learner to demonstrate independently what has been learned or mastered through a range of activities such as, okay, check-up quizzes. After ng lesson mo, nagpa-quiz ka kaagad. Written exercises, performances, okay, na-apply nila ang mga performances, models, or even electric presentations. Okay, so eto yung mga individual or collaborative formative assessment. Pwede rin yung mga discussions, role-playing, games. Nagpa-games ka before nang mag-discuss. That's also a formative type, formative assessment. Okay? What else? Basta, pwede rin yung before the lesson, during the lesson, and after your lesson. Okay? Wherein your learners support and extend each other's learning. Okay? So, yan yung mga formative assessment. Can be done individually, collaboratively. So, ano ba yung mga formative assessment na ginagawa natin sa classroom? Okay. Before the lesson, si teacher, for example, nagpa-game siya, nagtanong-tanong siya, interview. Okay? may checklist siya, o nag-ask ng open-ended questions, practice exercise. Diba, minsan, bago ka mag-lesson, o i-recall mo yung napag-aralan kahapon. So, mag-practice exercise ka. That is an example of a formative assessment before the lesson, bago ka magturo. Kasi for example, yesterday we discussed about blah blah blah. Who can give me a summary of or a recap of what transpired yesterday? Yan, you are assessing. Okay? Kung hindi naman, nagpa-game ka in preparation for your new lesson, or pwede rin about yesterday's lesson, nagpa-board exercise ka din. Okay? So that is those are examples rather ng formative assessment before the lesson. Okay? During the lesson, or lesson proper, you use multimedia presentations, you observe your students, what else, nagpa-recite ka, nagpa-activity ka, side-related activities, or nagpagawa ka ng performance task, yung mga simple activities lang para ma-explain yung lesson. Yun ay mga formative assessment measures or tools during the lesson proper. Okay? And then after the lesson, same pa din, nagpa-quiz ka na, recorded but not graded. May mga ganun kasi eh. Kasi kung puro graded, ang dami mo nang, di ba, kung everyday kang, pero wag naman yung ganun everyday, kada tapos na lang yung lesson mo, nagpapa-quiz ka, 5 points, 5. Di punong-puno na yung class record mo ng quizzes. Okay? There are some quizzes na nire-record mo lang pero hindi naman sila graded. I-record mo siya para makita mo yung improvement ng bata. Halimbawa, naiintindihan na ng bata ito. Okay? Tapos check mo na sa exams, sa summative assessment. Ganon. Kasi doon mo rin makikita kung let's say, nagpapa-board exercise ka, okay, nagtatawag ka ng 3, solve this on the board. Solve. Pag alam na ng bata, ibig sabihin, naintindihan niya yung lesson. That can be a form of activity, yung mga board works. Pwede ring written work, paggawa ka ng essay. Okay? Those are all formative assessment. Okay? So, kasi we need information. Kailangan yan, nire-record yan, although hindi ginigradean. Okay? Because we need information or feedback from these formative assessment tools or measures or activities. Kasi it will help us, teachers, to ensure that all learners are supported. Okay? That all learners are being monitored. Okay? While they are developing understanding, while they are performing competencies related to the standard or related to the curriculum na pinipresent. Okay? So, I repeat, we teachers should always keep a record of formative assessment results. Okay? Para makita mo yung patterns ba? Patterns of learning demonstrated by your students. Okay? Pero, yung pattern lang, but this should not be used as a basis for grading. Okay? Magagaling nga ito halimbawa, pero pagdating ng summative test, wala na. Kalimutan na yung pinag-aralan. Okay? So, hindi dapat basis for grading, hindi dapat sa basis for grading sa mga formative assessment. So, aside from formative, we have the summative assessment. Okay? So, ito naman ay at the end. Like, magbibigay ka na ng unit test and quarterly assessment. So, let's say, yung topic, isang buong chapter na pag-aralan nyo na, naturo mo na siya. So, magbibigay ka na ng assessment. So, this is summative assessment. Okay? So, there are many ways because, kasi pag sinabi natin summative na, siyempre, we need to make different assessment measures. How, siyempre, you need to apply na yung mga objectives, like how they use and apply all relevant knowledge, understanding, skills, okay, na napag-aralan nila within the quarter or within the unit. Okay? So, summative, alam niyo na yun, it is usually conducted after a unit of work or at the end of an entire quarter. What else? Because we just want to determine how well our learners can demonstrate, okay? Can demonstrate yung content standard or yung content knowledge, yung learning competencies na sinasabi natin kanina that are articulated in the learning standards na meron tayo sa ating guide or sa curriculum. Okay? Yan yung ating summative na sinasabi. So, ano yung mga components ng summative? So, yan. Written work. Okay? Ito yung nandun sa, if you are familiar sa report card natin sa Philippines. Written work, WW, performance task, okay? And quarterly assessment. So these three will be the basis for grading. May mga corresponding percentages yan. Okay? Diba dati, nung time natin, or time nyo, ang dami-dami, may recitation, 10%, project, 10%, ano pa? Good moral, ano ba yun? Behavior, 5%. Periodical test, ano pa? Periodical test, quizzes. Di ba? Ang dami-dami. Pero ngayon, 3 na lang yung written work, performance task, and quarterly assessment. Kumbaga, na-summarize na yung iba. Okay? Into one category na lang. Okay? So the nature of the learning area defines the way these 3 components are assessed. Now, ano ba yung mga written work na sinasabi natin? Okay? Long quizzes, unit or long test, yan. It helps strengthen test-taking skills among the learners. Pwede rin yung mga written reports, essays, or other any written output. Okay? Yan yung mga written work na binibigyan ng scores or binibigyan ng grade. So, dito na i-apply yung 6 what they call this cognitive dimensions. Diba? Na dapat equally distributed. Hindi lang puro understanding. Hindi lang puro remembering. Dapat equally distributed. Dapat nababalance. Kaya di ba minsan may nakalagay doon, easy, average, difficult. Okay? Hindi puro easy lahat yung papa-assess mo in terms of the written work. Okay. Performance task. Paano gini-grade ang performance task? Okay. So, this component allows learners to show what they know and are able to do in diverse ways. Diba? Kasi iba-ibang kakaibang mga learners natin. They may create or innovate products or do performance-based tasks. Meron kasing magaling na sa written. Meron naman yung magaling sa presentation. Okay? So, performance tasks may include skills demonstration, group presentation, oral work, okay? Multimedia presentation, research project. Okay? It is important to note that written output may also be considered as performance task. Okay? So yan, yun. Performance task na binibigyan natin ng grades. And then the last one is quarterly assessment. Yung nakukuha nila. Hindi lang binibase dito yung grades ng bata. Ibig sabihin, isa lang siya sa mga components. Okay? Yung periodical test that you prepare, we ask the students to review, to prepare, to sit and write on the quarterly examinations. Okay? Objective type, performance-based assessment, or a combination of these two. So, yun yung mga summative type, okay, that can be measured individually or collaboratively. Okay? So, formative, summative assessments. Okay? Any questions? Sorry. Performance task for primary level sa grade 1, 2, 3. And ma'am, we will have that as we go along. Okay? Now, with regards to assessment, we need to know the policy guidelines on classroom assessment provided by DepEd. Okay? That is on DepEd order number 8 series of 2015. Dito nakapaloob yung gagamitin natin in the assessment. May transmutation table, paano mag-compute ng grades, ano lang dapat yung criteria. So, these are on policy guidelines. Because the K-12 program uses a standard and competency-based grading system. Although, if you check online, meron tayong mga electronic class record na din sila ngayon. Kaya nag-e-enter na lang sila ng sorry. Nag-e-enter na lang sila ng mga scores. Pag once na-enter na, automatic lalabas na yung percentage. So, meron na tayong electronic class record, electronic, nakatransmute na din yon. Okay? Kasi all grades ng mga bata naman sa Philippines are based on the weighted raw score of the learners during the summative assessment. Yung weighted raw score niya. Like, for example, the minimum grade needed to pass a specific learning area is 60. Ang minimum grade. Kasi yung 60, pag transmute mo yan, that is equivalent to 75. Okay? So, the lowest mark that can appear on the report card is 60 for quarterly grades and final grades. Lumalabas to sa exams. Kaya minsan nalilito ang mga teachers. Like, pag sinabing, the minimum grade needed to pass, blah, blah, blah. Siyempre, ilagay nila is 75. 75 yung transmuted grade yun. Pero ang minimum grade na pwedeng ibigay sa bata is 60 para pumasa siya. So, pwedeng 60 ang grade niya sa quarterly and final. Final. Kasi yung 60 na yan, itatransmute pa yan, magiging 75. Okay? 75 is the transmuted grade, pero ang grade ng bata is 60. Okay? So, makikita niya sa guidelines na yan. How is learner progress recorded and computed? Okay? So, sa kindergarten kasi, ewan ko, yung ibang schools dito, they are still using numerical equivalency. Like 70, 80, 90, 98. Pero hindi na dapat kasi checklist and anecdotal records are used instead of numerical grades. Meron ka lang tine-check doon kung perform ba yung bata in terms of honesty, number smart check, mga ganon. Okay? These are based on the learning standards found. Meron kasi silang kindergarten curriculum guide din, separate. Okay? So, it is important for a teacher to keep a portfolio para yun ang basis mo. Etong portfolio, di ba, ang ibig sabihin ng portfolio assessment, ito yung mga work output ng mga bata. Compilation ng learners' output, such as yung mga writing samples, accomplished activity sheets, mga artworks nila. Yan, dapat ang kinikip ng mga teachers. Di ba, pag KG teacher ka, meron silang sari-sariling, tawag doon, sari-sariling box, sari-sariling compilation folder. Kasi nilalagay nila lahat doon ng activities nila. Kasi portfolio assessment is very important sa kindergarten. Kasi this portfolio, yung compilation na yan, can provide concrete evidences of how much or how well the learner is able to accomplish yung skills na gusto mong i-accomplish sa kanila na nakalagay sa yung objectives. What else? Competencies. Okay? So, through the checklist na gagamitin sa pag-report, pag-record, the teacher will be able to indicate whether yung bata ay whether or not the child is able to demonstrate that knowledge, is able to perform the task expected of that particular learner. Okay? So, kailangan talaga yon para maano mo din yung behavior, attitude, yung effort ng bata sa school. Okay? Sa kindergarten. So, ito kasi yung sample report card ng kindergarten. So, sa mathematics, meron diyang mga competencies. I-ano mo lang siya. Okay? Ang grading equivalent kasi ay ito, yung yung letter, di ba? Kung makikita nyo yung dito sa may oh, yan, ganyan yung ano nila. Even yata sa si Ma'am Eliza. Di ba sa international school, ganito rin ang grading system sa mga KG or even in primary. Wala kayong numerical grades pero meron silang letter equivalence.
Ano po, sir? Wala po kaming grade, hindi po siya numerical, pero written progress report po.
Narrative. Yung narrative.
Narrative, opo, narrative.
Meron ding narrative dito sa atin sa mga nilagay lang din. First quarter, ano ang comment ng teacher? What else? Ito yung developing, proficient, minsan may outstanding, excellent, yun ang nilalagay. Tini-check lang nila dyan. Depending on the competency. Kung yung competency niya ay sa language, sa numbers, eto, mathematics, kung nakaka-recognize na siya, lagyan ng excellent or outstanding or satisfactory, yan. Ganun dapat ang pag-grade sa mga bata. Okay? Sa kindergarten. Ito naman yung from grade 1 onwards na. Yung sample lang na progress report card. Dito yung narrative report. First grading, kung anong masasabi ng teacher dyan. Minsan ng mga teachers may mga copy na ng mga comments. Kina-copy-paste na lang nila. Kasi ang hirap din sa role ng teacher na mag-isip. Kung 50 yung estudyante mo, gagawan mo yan ng 50 narrative report. Okay? Kaya dapat meron ka ng mga prepared din na mga kahit one-liner na sentence, yung simple sentence lang, lagay mo dito sa narrative report. Okay? So that is for kindergarten. For grades 1 to 12, one quarterly assessment should be in quarterly written work and the performance task. Okay? Dito naman yung sinasabi natin kanina na pag-compute ng grades. Okay? Paano ba to? Actually, there's no required number of written work or performance task. But siyempre, this must be spread out over the quarter para may magamit ka to assess learner skills after each unit that has been taught. Okay? So, paano ba? Okay, let's dig on that. How to compute for final grades and general average in DepEd K-12 grading system. So, first step is grades from all student work are added up. Yung mga ni-record mo, written work, performance task, quarterly assessment. Raw scores from each component must have to be converted to a percentage score. This is to ensure that values are parallel to each other. Kasi, di ba sabi ko, may electronic class record kasi sila na naka-Excel. Kaya dapat maano din tayo sa spreadsheet. Yung hindi lang basic na Microsoft Excel. Yung spreadsheet. Kasi minsan, pag na-change mo yung formula, mag-iiba lahat. Ganon. So, ine-enter lang nila yung mga scores ng mga bata, tapos lalabas na doon yung final grades. Later on, I will show you sample, yung electronic class records or the grading class record. The sum of each component is converted to percentage score. Ito yun. Learner's total score divided by the highest possible score times 100. Siyempre, kung yung score niya ay 40, pero ang that is over 50, so 40 divided by 50 times 100. Ganun lang. Okay? Yung highest possible score is yung number of items mo or number of let's say kung over 80 or over 100 yun yung highest possible. And then yung total raw score ng bata, yung learner's total raw score divided by the highest possible score times 100. Now, and then sa step 3, yung na percentage score, they are converted to weighted score naman. Okay? Bakit weighted score? Kasi may tatlong component pa yun. Meron pa tayong tawag doon written work, performance task, and quarterly assessment. Kasi each of those level, meron din silang percentages. Okay? So, to show the importance of each component in promoting learning in different subjects. Yung ganito yan. Yan. Sa grade 1 to 10, iba-iba kasi. For example, ang written work. Sa language, sa Araling Panlipunan and ESP, Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao, Values Ed, 30% ang written work. Ang performance task nila is 50%. Ang quarterly assessment is 20%. Kaya 100% yan. Pero sa science and mathematics, iba. 40 ang written work, 40 ang performance task, 20% ang quarterly assessment. Then sa MAPE, since MAPE yan, malaki ang performance task. Kasi puro performance, puro practical. Hands-on, yan. So 60%, including TLE, yung EPP, yung edukasyong pantahanan, pangkabuhayan. So 20%, 60%, 20%. Kailangan alam din natin to kasi may mga time na lumabas din ito sa LET exams kung anong percentage ng science sa performance task and computation of the grades of a learner. Yan, 40%. Kasi, bakit kailangan i-memorize? Kasi hindi tayo gamay pa ang K-12. Diba? I mean, the grading system. Kasi, nasa abroad tayo, iba naman, unless na we are working in a Philippine curriculum school. Okay? Pero since karamihan naman ay hindi, kailangan nating malaman ito. Weight of the components for grades 1 to 10. Sa senior high school naman, kasi grade 1 to 10 lang to, grade 11 and 12, noong pandemic, binago ito, di ba? 2 years siyang binago. Kasi tinanggal yung quarterly assessment. Kasi hindi naman pumapasok ang mga bata, di ba? Naka-online lang sila. So, puro written work lang and performance task. Saka yung mga ano nila is nag-modular kasi sila dati. Modular learning. Kumbaga, self-pacing yung mga bata sa pagsagot ng mga modules nila, kinokollect ng teacher every week. So, yung walang masyadong contact or communication. Kaya hindi na sila nagpapa-quarterly assessment. Dito lang. For yung during the pandemic lang. Pero binalik na din after the pandemic. Ito. So, sa senior high school, depende din yan sa strand. Okay? Kasi meron tayong academic eh. Academic, ito yung sa STEM, ABM, yung accountancy, business management, yung HUMS, humanities and social sciences, and GAS, yung general academic. Tapos, meron ding core subjects. So, written work, 25%, 50% quarterly is 25%. Sa senior high school, dalawa lang ang grade nila kasi meron silang first semester, meron silang second semester. Dalawa ang reporting ng grades nila. So, lalabas yung grade nila during the first semester and then second semester. So, paano ang pag-grade? Ito. Okay? So, 25% din. Sa immersion, kasi meron kasi silang immersion parang OJT. 35%. And then, sa TVL, sports design, art, and 20%. 60% sila dito kasi more on ano kasi ito practical din. Okay? So, sa pag-grade, pag nasa academic track sila, ito ang mga percentage na gagamitin. If in case magturo kayo ng senior high school. Okay? And then, the sum of the weighted scores in each component, ito, yung mga component na to, yung sum na niya, yun yung final grade. Pero, syempre, after ng final grade, ito, initial grade rather, kasi ita-transmute mo pa siya. So, meron tayong transmutation table na provided by DepEd para sa kanilang final grade or transmuted grade. So, if you add yung score nila dito, okay, sa science halimbawa, ang nakuha niya dito ay 32, 32, 15. Okay. So, 32, 32, 15, that is 64 plus 15, 79. Okay? Yung 79, yun yung kanyang initial grade na hanapin mo sa transmutation table ng DepEd kung ano ang kanyang grade. So, let's say 79, nandito siya. So, 77.6 to 79, ang kanyang transmuted grade ay 86. Mahaba ito, kinat ko lang siya para makita nyo yung last na grade. Tapos dito. Okay? So, ito yung initial grade, yung na-compute based on the components, and then transmute yan. Now, pag na-transmute mo na, nilagay na yan sa report card. Okay? So, ito yung sample ng class record ni teacher. Kaya ito lang din. Ang written work, syempre hanggang 7 lang yan. Kasi pwede rin naman mas marami. Yan, nilagay 20, 20. Ito yung highest possible score sa taas. Tapos si learner A, halimbawa, 18 ang nakuha niya over 20. Si learner B, 19 over 20. Si learner C, 9 lang over 20. So, yan yung mga scores nila. And then, yung written work, ito yung total. So, sa percentage ng written work, 30%, ito yung mga percentage lang nila. Now, sa performance task naman nila, to. Okay. And then, nagpa-exam pa na, quarterly exam, isa lang naman yung exam, over 50. Ito naman yung percentage. Kaya pag in-add mo lahat, 84.86 ang initial grade ni learner A. 82.85 naman si B. Si C ay 47.98. Tapos, nung transmute mo na, 90 na ang ilalagay mong quarterly grade ni learner A. Okay? 88 si B, si C, 71. Okay? So, pasado ba si 70? Si C? Hindi. Diba? Kasi kailangan 75. Dito sa initial grade, pag 60 dapat to, 75. Yan. So, ano ang ginagawa? Meron tayong mga remedial activities. Parang dito sa UAE. Usually, pag bumagsak ang bata, meron tayong tinatawag na retest. Mag-retest ang bata. Kahit 2, 3 attempt, basta lang pumasa. Kasi walang hindi na po-promote. Unless siguro nag-absent siya ng kalahating taon or yun yung mga case na mag-retain. Okay? Ito na yung kanina. Ito na yung overall na steps. Ito yung summary. Ito yung detailed. 145 over 160. Ang kanyang written work score. Ang kanyang performance, 100 over 120. Ang kanyang exam or quarterly assessment, 40 over 50. So, kinuha na ang percentage. So, 84.86. Ang initial grade ni learner A. Ito yung sa summary kanya. Kaya 84.86 yun. Pero magaan na rin sa ating, sabi ko nga, meron tayong electronic class record. Ine-enter na lang nila. Enter entry. Kasi gone are the days naman ng time natin ay calculator pa. Sige, calculator. Kasi dati wala pa tayong hindi pa na-introduce ang spreadsheet, wala pang Microsoft Excel, kaya ano pa tayo noon? Compute. Tapos sinusulat natin sa class record. And then, yung 84.86, ang transmuted grade na niya ay 90. So, for MAPE naman, kasi ang MAPE, meron tayong music, arts, physical education, and health. So, ilang component yun? Music, arts, physical education, health, 4. So, i-add mo yung 4 na yun, divided by 4. Yun yung kanyang initial grade. Kaya mahirap din ang maging MAPE teacher kasi aside from 4 na preparations ka, is mag-prepare ka ng lesson plan for music, sa arts, sa PE, sa health. Aside from that, during assessment din, mahirap din. Tapos during examinations, mahirap din kasi 4 din ang gagawin mong type of test. As compared naman pag chemistry teacher ka lang, isa lang, chemistry lang. Okay? How are grades computed at the end of the school year? Same. Sa kindergarten, no numerical grades. Ganun pa din. Sa grade 1 to 10, averaging. First quarter plus second quarter plus third quarter plus fourth quarter divided by 4. Yan na yung kanyang final grade by learning area. Di ba? Ito. Yan. Filipino, 80, 89, 86, 84. So, ang final grade niya is 85. So, ganyan pa rin ang laman ng kanilang report card. From grades 1 to 10. Sa senior high school, di ba, sabi ko kanina, meron naman silang first semester, second semester. So, the 2 quarters determine the final grade in a semester. Quarter 1 and Quarter 2, first semester. Quarter 3 and Quarter 4, that's the second semester. So, dalawa lang yun. Parang sa college pala, 3, di ba? May prelim, midterms, and finals. Sila hindi. Quarter 1, Quarter 2. So, halimbawa, ito yung core subjects, applied and specialized subject, yan. Mga grades din. Ito ang kanyang general average. How is the learner's progress reported? So, syempre sa report card, through a parent-teacher conference, diba, pag card day or card giving day, what else, parent-teacher conference day, pinapatawag mo yung parent para i-report mo na kung ano ang nakuha ng anak niya during that particular quarter. Okay? So, doon muna dinidiscuss ang report card. So, the grading scale with its corresponding descriptors, nandun yung remarks din at the end of the grade level. Ito yung sinasabi kong descriptors. Pag 90 to 100, outstanding. 85 to 89, very satisfactory. Yung iba naman, di ba, may A, A+, B. Kaya pag D na ang grade ng bata, takot na siya kasi pabagsak na yon, di ba? Especially pag E. Pag E naman, bagsak na yata yung ganon. So, kailangan ma-balance niya. Kailangan sa next term ay C ang makuha niya or B para ma-balance. Para hindi siya mag-fail. Pero below 75, did not meet expectations. Ibig sabihin, failed yung bata. So, maglalagay na tayo doon sa ng pass. Okay? Or outstanding, very satisfactory, satisfactory, fairly satisfactory, or did not meet expectations. Ito na yun. Kanina, ito na pala yung summary. Okay? Now, how are learners promoted or retained at the end of the school year? Okay? So, the following are the basis for promoting a learner. A final grade of 75 or higher in all learning areas allows the student to be promoted to the next level. Okay, ito yung sinasabi nating table. Sa grade 1 to 3, pag ang grade niya ay above 75, in all learning areas, promoted siya to the next level. Diba meron tayong nakalagay promoted to grade 2, promoted to grade 3. Yun ang importante na tignan. Kasi kung walang laman yun, ibig sabihin hindi siya promoted. Did not meet expectations in not more than 2 learning areas. Halimbawa, meron siyang failing grade in 2 subjects or 3. Magkaroon siya ng remedial classes. Okay? Kung hindi siya mag-remedial class, dun siya ma-retained na in the same grade level. Okay? Pag 3 or more na, did not meet expectation, retained in the grade level. Pag 3 ang bagsak niya. Let's say, ilan ba ang subjects? Kung 3 sa learning areas or more, retained na. Hindi na siya pwedeng mag-remedial class. Pero dito sa UAE, as per my experience, Usually kasi parang wala namang bumabagsak dapat. Walang binabagsak. Kaya meron siyang retest. Meron siyang remedial class. Kahit gamitin niya yung buong summer para mag-retest, para lang ma-promote siya next academic year. Okay? So, that's for grade 1 to 3. Sa grade 4 to 10, promoted pag 75 lahat, more than 75. Pag 2 subjects, remedial class. Pag 3 or more subjects, mag-retain. Okay? Must pass all learning in elementary. Ito naman sa junior high school, yung grade 7 to 10. Para ma-promote naman siya sa papuntang senior high school, kailangan pass naman siya from grade 7 to 10. At meron siyang certificate ng junior high school. Ibig sabihin, kung wala siyang certificate sa elementary, hindi siya pwede mag-enroll sa grade 7. Kung wala siyang certificate sa grade 10, hindi siya pwede mag-enroll sa grade 11. Okay? So, kailangan din natin ng remedial classes pag 2 subjects. Okay? So, the learner must pass the remedial classes. Usually, parang refresher course na din yan to be promoted to the next grade level. Okay? But of course, the teacher should always ensure that learners receive remediation when they, yung mga raw scores nila, dapat consistent din sa kanilang written work, sa performance task. Okay? Naka-align din dapat doon. Kasi magbibigay ka rin ng ganito, yung ayan, recomputed grade. Kaya kung tignan mo dito, 2 lang ang allowed, 2 subjects lang. Okay? Learning area, let's say science, math. Final grade niya, 70. So, anong remedial class niya? Kung tumaas ba, yan, recompute mo na ang kanyang final grade. Then, noted by the principal, ganyan, para ma-promote siya. Kung 2 lang ang bagsak. Sa grades 11 and 12 naman, kailangan at least 75 to proceed to the next semester. Diba? 2 semesters sila. Otherwise, kasi may mga subjects din silang requisite. Halimbawa, yung pag-STEM ka, General Physics 1. Hindi ka pwedeng kumuha ng General Physics 2 kung bagsak ka pa sa General Physics 1. Kaya kung second sem, i-enroll mo yung General Physics 1 ulit. So, kunin mo na lang yung Physics 2 later. Or ipa-remedial subject sa'yo. Okay? Otherwise, the learner must retake the subjects failed. Okay? May mga ganong requisite. Like, for example, pre-calculus, calculus or basic calculus. Research 1, Research 2. So, hindi mo pwedeng kunin ang Research 2 pag hindi mo patatapos ang Research 1. What else? Yung Accounting 1, Accounting 2, mga ganon. Sa senior high school. So, ito naman sa core values of the Filipino child na nag-reflect sa report card. Di ba kung nakikita nyo kasi yung ganito sa report card, yung may AOSORONNO. Yung non-numerical rating. Always observe, sometimes observe, rarely observe, and not observe. Saan ba ito? Di ba ito yung sa core values or behavior statements like nandun yung maka-Diyos, makatao, makakalikasan, makabansa. Okay? Di ba sa class sa report card meron yun. First quarter, second quarter, ganun. Okay? So, dapat maayos din ang paglagay doon. Huwag lang puro AO, 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 AO. SO, SO, sometimes observe, sometimes, di ba? Para mabilisan lang. For example, sa Makajos, syempre, if mag-reflect din kasi yan nilagay mo sa card niya, puro always observe, pero barumbado pala itong batang to outside. Diba? So, if the student expresses one's spiritual belief while respecting the spiritual belief of others, what else? If he shows adherence to ethical principles or upholding truth, then bigyan mo siya ng always observe na marking. Okay? If he or she cares for the environment, utilizes resources wisely, judiciously, economically, sa makakalikasan na part, bigyan mo siya ng always observe. Okay? Kung not observe, pwede pa yan maglagay sa first quarter para ma-inform mo yung parent na, ma'am, siya ay ang tamad po niya sa gumagawain sa classroom, ganito. So, dito yung core values or behavior statements para mabigyan din ng marking. So, A, O, S, O, R, O, N, and O. What else? So, part of the report card ay yung attendance. Very important din yan. Okay? So, sa atin, same din, in any curriculum school, meron tayong total number of school days. Okay? So, from June, July, hanggang ganyan, ito yung, the department gives, for example, yung number of school days, yung calendar. At the onset, before the academic year, binibigyan na kayo ng number of school days, yung calendar, para makita mo yung number of school days over the number of present and then number of days absent. Sa December, absent siya ng 3 beses. Yan. Okay? Bakit? Kasi it is important also for learners to be in school every day. Kaya ang class attendance shall be recorded by the teachers daily. Kaya di ba, before pagpasok mo ng klase, kung ikaw ang advisor, nakalagay na doon sa board, absent, present. Number of present, 49. Pero 50 sila. So, absent, 1. Okay? Kasi, a learner who incurs 20%, okay, yung absent ng absent, 20% of the prescribed number of class or laboratory periods a year. Ilan ba ang should be given a failing grade and not earn credit units for the learning subject. Okay? Kahit gaano katalino yung bata, kung more than 20% naman ang absent niya, pag 20% of 1 to 100 is 40. Let's say 50 times siyang nag-absent sa klase mo or sa subject mo. So, pwede mong lagyan siya ng failing grade and not earn credit for that particular subject. Okay? Furthermore, yung principal, for example, may discretion din naman siya. Depende sa individual case din naman. Okay? Baka yung kaya nga dapat everyday ni-report yan. Kung may excuse letter from the parent or tumawag yung parent na absent yung anak niya, or minsan may mga pinuntahan yung bata na join sa mga contest. Yun yung mga cases naman. Okay? Basta valid and acceptable to the school yung mga reasons ng kanyang absences. Okay? So, it means the discretionary authority is vested in the school head, principal. Sabihin mo, sir, itong estudyante na to, matalino siya, pero 60 times na siyang nag-absent sa klase ko. Okay? Mataas naman ang mga scores niya, ganyan. So, yun. Pero dapat meron ka ng data. Hindi yung i-investigate mo lang siya at the end of the school year kung saan siya nagpupunta. Okay? Let's say, day 1 pa lang nag-absent siya, dapat meron ka ng ano doon. Tinawagan mo na yung magulang, kung saan siya, bakit siya absent. Okay? So, anong gagawin pag valid yung mga absences niya? Kasi nagsasubmit din tayo every quarter ng absences. Inform the parents. Like for example, ma'am, yung anak mo po 10 beses nag-absent nitong first quarter, ganyan. Okay? So that, for example, when the absences cannot be avoided, you as the teacher or the school must give the learner alternative methods. Okay? Materials that corresponds to the topic or the competencies that the child or the learner missed. Okay? Pwede rin yung mga sa ALS, Alternative Learning System. Okay? Pag na-accomplish na yun, then pa-exempt siya. Okay? Pero how about in case of habitual tardiness? Okay. Pag habitual tardiness naman, laging tardy, especially pag first period in the morning or misa kasi sa afternoon, umuwi din ang mga bata pag lunchtime. Or kailangan ma-discourage kasi itong habitual tardiness. So, anong gagawin? Teachers shall inform the parents or guardians through a meeting, okay? If a learner has incurred 5 consecutive days of tardiness, kailangan ma-inform na yung parent. Okay? Ganyan. Hindi yung pinapalala, hinahayaan lang. Kaya mahirap maging teacher, di ba? Okay. So, home is classroom assessment reported. Siyempre, sa bata, sa parents, sa teacher, sa guardian, sa kanila natin ini-inform. Okay? So, ito yung mga list of summative assessment tools. Sa language, kasi English, written work, ito yung mga chapter test, essay, journals, letter writing, reaction paper, reports. Okay? English, Filipino, ito language. Ano naman yung mga performance tasks? Ayan, mga collage, compositions, portfolios, research project, ano pa ba? So, ito na yung tanong mo kanina, ma'am. Performance task para sa primary level, yan, depende sa iyong, depende rin sa iyo, sa iyong creativity. Okay? Pag sa English Filipino, ito, debate, interviews. Pero kung kaya na ng mga bata pag grade 1 to 3, ito, role play. Kaya na nila yan. Storytelling, reading. What else? Presentation, presenting in front. Panel discussion. You encourage them sa mag-ano ka ng sa parang panel discussion na ganyan. Interview. Okay? Pag sa English Filipino yan, sa language. Pag sa mathematics naman, performance task mo, product, ito kasi yung parang project. Diagram, mathematical investigatory, models, making models. So, anong performance task? Outdoor mathematics, yung mga games. Probability experiments, reasoning, measuring tools, devices, constructing graph. Depende yan, ma'am. Matututunan mo yan sa sa principles and strategies of teaching or sa educational technology. Yung mga different materials, instruction, audio-visual aids or materials din na related din siya. Okay? Yan sa math. Sa science naman, syempre, investigatory, research papers. Very important ang research ngayon. Kaya if you are teaching in the higher grades, sa high school and senior high school, dapat ine-emphasize na ang research. Kasi innovation skills yan. Research and innovation skills. Okay? Designing various models. Di ba sa elementary, di ba nagpapa-project tayo? Yan, kasama yan sa performance task. Okay? Performance sa product part. Okay? Laboratory activity, simulation, games, experiments. Sa araling panlipunan, social studies, yan, collage, diorama, o applicable to science. Ano pa ba? Diorama making, collage, sa plants, diba? Research works, leaflet, posters, slogan making. Ang written work naman nila, aside from chapter test, itong mga essays, news writing article, reflection or reaction papers about a particular issue, social issue or global issues. Okay? Role plays, pare-pareho lang din. Sabi ko nga, depende sa creativity, sa innovation ng teacher. Kung ang teacher ay magaling maghalungkat sa online, sa Google ng mga kakaibang strategy, mga makabagong strategy, the better. Okay? Kasi, let's say, especially kung mag-a-adapt ka ng mga strategy from other country na available naman ang materials, kayang-kaya mo naman, fit naman sa estudyante mo. Kasi minsan, kahit ang ganda ng concept mo, kung hindi nababagay sa mga estudyante mo, hindi rin siya, okay, hindi rin siya ideal. Diba? Kahit ang ganda-ganda ng instructional material mo, audio-visual aid mo, kung hindi mo naman deliver ng maayos, it's useless din. Okay? So, sa lahat ng bagay, pinaghahandaan. Values education. Yan. Action plan, situation analysis, role play, yan yung mga performance tasks. Letter writing, song and poem writing. Sa MAPE, nagpakanta ka lang, magpasayaw ka lang sa... Di ba nung mga panahon natin yung ganun? Pag music natin, pinapakanta tayo sa harap, isa-isa. Tapos, ginigradean ka na ng teacher. Tapos, pag PE naman, maglalaro na lang kayo by team. Yung nanalong team, 95, mga ganyan. Maalala, tapos pag basketball, ayan, lang kay practicum. Basketball, titignan kung magaling kang mag-layup, mag-free throw. Tapos sayaw, ayan, pinapasayaw na lang kayo doon. Group presentation, drama, lahat, role play. Kasi gustong-gusto rin ng mga bata yan. Kaya performance task. Diba? Para lang hindi lang sila puro written, puro academic. Okay? Eto, music arts. Ayan. MAPE. Sa MAPE naman. Art exhibits, portfolio, what else? Multimedia, musical analysis, musical research. Yan. So, puro research naman. Huwag lang magpakanta lang doon sa harap. Tapos bibigyan mo na ng grade. Okay? PE. Yan. Health. TLE. Technical drawing. Ito naman siya. Skills, performance. Same din. Okay, any questions? Last part na to. Official forms. Okay? Kailangan din alamin natin yung mga official forms sa DepEd. Kasi dati alam lang natin, Form 137, yun yung transcript of records. Ano pa? Form 138, yun yung report card. Diba? Ngayon, they are called school forms or SF. Pursuant to DepEd Order Number 58, Series of 2017, adoption of new school forms for kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, health and nutrition standardization of permanent records. Okay? Pag SF1, yun yung register. School register. Nandun yung, di ba, nandun yung pangalan ng mga bata, birthday nila, age. Doon. Okay, di ba? Meron pa tayo nilagay dati na 8 and 1/3, mga ganun. Nilagay natin yung mga age nila. Okay? SF2, daily attendance. Yung naman yung attendance record mo. SF3, books issued and returned. Especially kasi sa public school kasi, di ba, binibigyan sila ng mga books. So, kailangan meron siyang form. SF4, monthly learner movement and attendance. Okay. SF5, promotion. 6, summarized report. 7, school personal assignment list and basic profile. Ayan. So, saan dito yung report card? Dito sa Form SF. Yung Form 137 natin dati, ito yung school form number 10, yung Learner's Permanent Academic Record. Let's say sa junior high school, nandun yung grade niya ng grade 7, 8, 9, 10. Parang transcript of records nila. Yung elementary, nandun yung grade niya ng 1 to 6. So, Form 10 yon. Sa senior high school, nandun naman yung grade 11 and 12. Okay? Yung card, dito siya, report on promotion, then summarize report on promotion. And then other forms, nandun pa rin yung Form 137 for senior high school, yung transcript nila. Okay, ito yung matrix. Yung for school register na yan, ito yung master list mo ng mga bata, di ba, sa lego kanina. It is prepared by the class advisor. Okay? Saan ini-encode yan sa LIS natin, yung Learner Information System. Kailan? At the beginning of the school year. Kailangan makomplete mo na yon para may data ka sa mga estudyante mo. Okay? Learner's Daily Class Attendance. Yun yung Form 2. Nire-record mo yung attendance, yung absences, tardiness. Nilagay mo din T. Lagay mo kung tardy siya. So, prepared by the class advisor. Maraming trabaho si class advisor. Sa LIS, daily mo siya sin-check. Kasi, that's an attendance. Yung SF3, yung books issued and returned, yung list of books issued to and returned by learners. Kasi, di ba, sa public school, hindi naman kagaya ng private na bumibili sila ng books. Sa private school, it is provided by the government. So, binibigay sa kanila, sinasaulit din at the end. Okay? So, si class advisor yan. At the end of the school, beginning of the school year and end of the school year, i-check mo din yan. Kasama rin yan sa clearance ng mga bata. Summary of enrollment and movement. Ito yung enrollment count mo, ilan ang nag-drop out, okay? Ano yan sa principal? Monthly. I-report mo yan. Kung let's say, 50 ang original na estudyante mo, after 2 months, naku, 48 na lang. Hindi na pumapasok yung dalawa. Nag-drop na. So, kailangan mo ma-report sa school principal. Okay? Para at least, kung sa dulo ng school year, 45 na lang ang nagpatuloy, mayroon kang data kung kailan nag-drop. Kasi ilalagay mo rin sa card yun. Drop. Or ano nakalagay doon? Stop or drop. Yung first quarter may grade siya, second quarter may grade siya, pero third quarter wala na siya. So ilagay mo doon drop, effective or from, kung anong date siya nag-stop. Kaya kailangan may record ka din. Okay? Kaya monthly ang checking din. Ito, SF5 report on promotion. List of promoted or retained by class advisor. Yan, end of school year. Siyempre, at the end of school year, i-report mo yan kung ilan ang na-promote, ilan ang... Okay. Summary of promotion. Report on promotion. Number of promoted retained by grade level. Inventory of school personnel. Ito yung learner basic health profile. Even in the UAE, meron tayong anong tawag dito, yung medical book ng mga bata on each learner. Okay? Pero minsan, MAPE teachers ang in charge dyan kasi we are checking the body mass index, yung height, weight ng mga bata. That is done at the beginning of the school year and then at the end of the school year. Okay? Learner progress report card, ito yung F9. F9 and F10, yan yung Form 138 and 137. Okay? Class advisor, quarterly. Kasi yung report card, every quarter yan. Yung permanent record, syempre, end of the school year. Diba? Every after end of school year, nag-ano pa kayo? Nagre-reading pa. Nire-read nyo pa isa-isa yung mga grades per quarter, kung magja-jibe siya sa class record mo, mag-jibe siya sa report card, at saka sa permanent record. Reading. Nire-reading yan. And then, ito yung permanent record. And then, senior high school forms. So, yan yung mga forms na kailangan nating alamin. Okay? Sa DepEd. So, do you have any questions? Yung mga activities natin for item analysis and sa central tendency, next na lang natin. Sinama ko na siya sa research. Kasi we will be this, next is yung action research. What else? Yung tawag doon? Yung parang field study. Sorry, I forgot. Field study. Field study and research. Yun po. So, dinagdag natin doon sa may part ng research yung mga measures of variability, measure of central tendency, yung mean, median, mode, yung range, standard deviation. In-include natin doon yung item analysis. So, question po. Okay, kung wala ng question, thank you for attending tonight's module. I will post this sa Google Classroom, itong PowerPoint, and then I will give the assessment for assessment of learning. Practice test na rin sa Google Classroom. Okay po? So, have a nice weekend. And see you again Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, mga ganun po. Basta sa weekdays din, same time pa din, 7 o'clock.
Thank you so much for watching. Before leaving, please do click the like, subscribe and get notified button.